You can spot me in the city building lobby with a sword off shot. He screaming, drop it, this a robbery.
What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. So, according to ESPN.com, Keith "GLASSTIME" Thurman has hurt his hand. Let me read this for you. The unified welterweight world title holder, Keith Thurman, who has been out of action since last March because of a right elbow surgery, has another injury that will keep him sidelined a bit longer. Thurman suffered a deep bruise to his left hand and has been forced to pull out of the next fight scheduled for May 19th, a source close to Thurman told ESPN on Friday. So this is the article. Go to it to read the rest of it. I'm not going to read it all. So Keith Thurman hurt his left hand. Sorry, that was called a sucker punch. So no, look, Keith Thurman hurt his hand. This is how I feel about it. When I heard that he hurt his hand, the first time I heard, little rumors of that, I thought it was his right hand because he has surgery on his right elbow. I just figured that maybe that injury is probably due to overcompensation for his injured elbow. Come to find out, it's the other hand. At this point, Keith Thurman seems fragile to me. He always had a glass body. So you can hurt him easily to the body. He has an injury like every year. He just got over the surgery of his right elbow that had him out. Now it's his left hand. Now he can't meet the May 19th date. Bottom line, strip the man of his titles. I'm not about kicking a man while he's down because it doesn't take much bravery to do that. But what I'm saying is I'm a bigger fan of the sport than I am of Keith Thurman. I see a very talented welterweight division that has been stagnant because everybody wants that Keith Thurman fight and not enough people are fighting each other. So strip them of those belts so I can watch some good matches. Okay? I want to watch some good fights. All right? So, I mean, Keith Thurman, do what you have to do. I'm not sure what you have to do, but all I know is since Collazo, since 2015, you've been fighting once a year. I know there's some huge Keith Thurman fans out there, and if I were you and a big Keith Thurman fan, I would like to see him as much as possible. Seeing him once a year for the past 3 years, it's going to be another, one time this year because I'm not sure how far into the future this fight is going to be pushed out. So to see a man that you're a huge fan of once a year has to be disappointing, at least for a diehard Keith Thurman fan. What I'm saying is strip the man of his belts, give the WBA to Porter or whichever one he's in line of, give the WBC to Danny Garcia or vice versa, right? Let Bud Crawford and Jeff Horn, they're going to fight for the WBO. Errol Spence already have the IBF. When everyone has their belts, I'm sure they're going to fight each other to unify because those guys have been fighting, they've been staying busy, and they've been gladiating. So let the fighters fight. I'm not sure each fighter wanted Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman's so amazing. I think they wanted the belts. So, instead of letting him hold on to the belt and keep the welterweight division, probably the most talented division in boxing, stagnant, let's, the station of bodies just strip him from his belts, send him back out so we can see some good fights. Okay, I want to see some good fights at this moment. All right, as far as you, Keith Thurman, really your claim to fame were 2 fights. It was Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. He won those 2 fights. The Sean Porter fight, Kell Brook beat Sean Porter too. I'm not going to praise Keith Thurman for it, but it was a great fight. And Sean Porter is a good competitor. The Danny Garcia, I think that's a great victory. But 2 fights don't make you amazing. All right, so go back. Work. You got a lot of work to do. When you were saying that Errol Spence had all this work to do, he needs to come up, and Danny Garcia needs to do his thing. He's not a true welterweight, and all that stuff you were saying, dude. Look, you got work to do. You go back, heal up, do whatever you have to do so we can see a good Keith Thurman. But in the meantime, in between time, sanctioning body, strip that man of his belt, so both of his belts, so we can watch some good matchups. ShowBizz the Adult. I'm out.
With a sword off shot, he screaming, drop it, this a robbery.